Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 small things you probably aren't even thinking about that if you change right now are going to make a massive difference in your gameplay and are going to help you become a better player. The very first thing we're going to talk about is going to be how to actually use your mini-map. The very second that you call a UAV in, you should open up your big map, you should zoom in, and one thing a lot of people don't know are what these arrows represent on the map. Do you notice the little arrows on all of the little dots on my UAV? Those are indicators if they're on the same elevation level on me or not, or if they're above me, below me, or whatever. If there's a down arrow, that means they're below me. If there's no arrow, that means they're on the same level. If there's an up arrow, that means they're above me. By simply just learning to open up your minimap and actually understand the arrows, you can instantly become a better player. If you look in this background clip, I see the arrows indicate he's on my level right now. I now know I can throw this loadout over here and get it safely. But once he pushes and changes and someone else joins the fight, I know exactly where both are because I understand how the UAV works. It may seem like a small thing, but a lot of people genuinely don't understand how the mini map works. They don't know how the arrow works, they don't know how opening the big map works, and they don't understand how to even read it and remember the positions of people. In my opinion, it's one of the small skills that ends up having a quote-unquote massive impact. So the second thing we're going to get into in this video is having proper inventory management. First things first, make sure you are prioritizing plates over almost everything else. Do not be stacking things you do not need. You need to make sure that you're going through your inventory, combing through, getting rid of the excess ammo you don't need, getting rid of the shotgun bullets, the rocket launcher ammo that you don't even have guns that use those ammo types for. And then you need to start focusing on plates. Plates are almost always the best thing to get because plates are the #1 resource you could have. Having a couple score streaks can be good, and I would recommend having a backup score streak, maybe a munitions box, an armor box, whatever, but I would also heavily recommend to focus on plates over almost everything else. I think an ideal setup you want to shoot for is having at least 3 to 4 things of plates, maybe have 3 an extra munitions or armor box, and then you want to maybe have an extra score streak, but I wouldn't always recommend that. There are in fact many games where I have every single inventory slot in my backpack filled with plates, and this is an optimal way to play for a lot of people, especially if you're aggressive like myself. For me, having that many plates gives me the option to be aggressive, it gives me the option to peek things, and what it also allows me to do is it also allows me to be nimble in fights because I can be plating in fights, stay alive, stay active, and always be applying pressure. Another mistake I always see people make is just not clearing their inventory of random bullets like I mentioned earlier. If you aren't sniping, why do you have sniper bullets? If you can actually go through your inventory, clear out the things you don't need, actually prioritize things you do need, you're going to set yourself up for success. And one of the things about battle royales and Warzone in general is the small things turn into big things, and that's the whole point of this video. Once you combine the knowledge of the UAVs with you, once you combine the knowledge of actually how to use your inventory and all these little things, you're going to start noticing these little advantages in your gunfights because you'll have an extra score streak in your backpack because you're not going to have that space filled with some random shotgun bullets or sniper bullets you had no intention of ever actually using. So moving into the third and final tip in this video, we're going to talk about how you need to learn to hug cover if you want to be a successful player. It doesn't matter if you're in a gunfight, it doesn't matter if you're out of a gunfight, pretty much guaranteed you are not playing close enough to cover often enough, and it's costing you gunfights, it's costing you getting killed out in the open, and it's a simple, tiny little thing you can almost instantly correct because whenever you're playing, you just have to recognize that you're not close enough to cover, and if you can actually get close enough to cover, you're gonna probably have a lot more success, and as I said, it's so easy to actually do. I really want to stress that overall, almost all of the tips in this video are supposed to be things that you can do very easy. And the next time you hop on Warzone, I just want you to say to yourself, am I hugging cover enough? And genuinely just ask yourself that. Because by doing that, you're going to notice a massive improvement. You're going to start winning more engagements. You're going to start dying a lot less to random people. You're going to stop getting third party this often, and you're just going to have a way better time. You're going to win more games, get more kills, die a lot less, and why won't you do something that's pretty much that simple to do? And no, it's obviously not that simple, but what I really want to stress is I could give you some crazy list of how to position on high ground and how to do these special rotations and all these things, but realistically, I could also just tell you, play cover more often, and I guarantee that one tip will improve your KD so much. It will give you so many more wins. It will actually blow your mind. A core skill of playing any first-person shooter is understanding cover, how to weave in and out of cover, how to use cover to win gunfights, and how to just stay in cover to avoid opponents. There's line of sights, there's different things you have to account for, but it all begins with actually being behind cover. Because if you aren't behind cover, you're going to end up dying. Unless you have some insane aim, and there are some people that do. Of course, like honestly, genuinely myself, I can get away with playing in cover a lot less than most people because I have really good aim. But a lot of people don't have that, and even then in Warzone 2 without all the crazy movement, I'm gonna die a lot more often if I'm not using cover than if I would just be a smart player and actually use cover. Anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. I genuinely appreciate all of the comments, all of the support recently, and I just want to say thank you for watching Warzone 2 content, even when a lot of people don't like the game, even when the game is pretty much dead. I don't want to say dead in terms of content of that, but thank you for still watching the content. I'm still going to make the content, and I can't wait for the future of this game. It's been Ryan. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day. Peace.